Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting just about ready for another tip-off of some Gaylord St. Mary High School varsity basketball action tonight. The Lady Snowbirds are going to be taking on the Lady Warriors from Forest area. On the call tonight, myself, Charles Strail, along with Heather Cordy, coming in for our first home girls varsity basketball game. Heather, how are you?
All right. Hi, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
You're excited to jump on a call and call some, hopefully a good basketball game for the St. Mary Lady Snowbirds tonight.
Yes, I love basketball.
That's right.
And my family's a basketball family, and I'm the one who started it, so.
You can take a little pride and credit in that.
Well, I just mean I started the love of basketball.
The love affair for
basketball since I was a kid, so yeah.
And we're definitely going to have a little bit of time to talk about your youth growing up in the Upper Peninsula playing basketball.
Oh, yeah?
Obviously from a very basketball-centered town.
Absolutely, yes.
So we're definitely going to hit on that at some point in time during the broadcast. But want to welcome you in, make you feel comfortable to all of the viewing audience, all of Snowbird Nation checking in, tuning in, getting ready to see the first St. Mary girls Snowbirds home game. So a different team this year than the team last year that went to the state quarterfinal, ended up losing to the Fowler Eagles in a tough game. But we're excited to see what the 2022-2023 team has in store. They return a lot of their scorers from last year, but they do lose a key piece in Bailey Morrell. So the Snowbirds will be looking to replace her energy, tenacity,
yes,
and overall good decision-making and tough nose play.
Yes.
And that's going to be something that we'll monitor throughout the entirety of tonight's game and throughout the rest of the season, just to see where the Snowbirds kind of get that spark of energy from, because that's definitely what they could count on Bailey to bring in and out every night.
Yes.
So we're going to send it down to public address announcer David Cordy. Very familiar name there, right?
Yes, it is.
So we're going to send it down over to public address announcer David Cordy as he's getting ready for our opening prayer. And I believe we have a special guest singing the national anthem tonight. So we're going to send it out over to
our student athletes, as Miss Rose Cruz leads us in prayer this evening.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, we thank you for the gift of athletics. May we give you glory in everything that we do, in the way we play, and in the respect that we have for others. Mary, Our Lady of Mount Carmel, pray for us. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Rose. Please remain standing as I draw your attention to the flag of the United States of America as we honor our God and country in the singing of our national anthem, led by Miss Lydia Kerr, Annalise Udell, and Rose Cruz.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red and bells bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, we got to say that was a lovely national anthem as we're getting ready for the starting lineups. Lydia Udell and Rose Curtis doing an excellent job leading us in that Star Spangled Banner. And we're getting ready for our starting lineups brought to you by the Gaylord Eye Care Center. Forest Area Warriors coming out.
Number 2, Cheyenne Boggs.
Yep. She played a good game here last year against the Lady Snowbirds. After that, we have number 10.
Megan Lang.
Bella Erickson, number 14 for the Warriors.
Dejanay. Great name.
I do like that, number 23 there.
Dejanay Perkins. Heard she was the best player on their team.
Okay. She definitely carries herself like she is the best player.
Valerie Nelson. Great.
And Valerie Nelson rounding out. Gotta like the... So obviously the Forest Area Lady Warriors have a lot of size in terms of height on their team. We'll see how the Snowbirds can react to that and maybe try to put them in a track meet, if you will. Only 6 players dressing tonight for the Warriors, Heather. That's obviously something that the Snowbirds should be able to take advantage of early and often.
Yes, I think so too. We got number 11, Avery Bevel. She just got crowned by young Mogi over there.
I like that celebration.
Kaylee McKinley, another McKinley basketball person.
That's right. Another McKinley in the long line of lineage.
Sydney Grzinski, Ava Schultz, another basketball lineage. That's right. I've coached
most of these girls,
McKinley's 2 brothers, yes.
Yeah. And boy, and obviously siblings as well. St. Mary being such a small school that if you coach one sibling, you pretty much coach them all.
And Emma Glasby to round it out.
That's right. So Glasby, Schultz, Grzinski, McKinley, and Bevel, the 5 starters for the Snowbirds.
Yes. And just so you know, Forest Area doesn't have many girls on the court tonight because 2 of them are in driver's training tonight. Tonight was the only night that they could do it. Sometimes that happened. One is sick, and unfortunately 3 of them have quit. One had to quit because of medical reasons.
And the other 2 because of their driver's training class?
Yes, that's right. And their coach, this is her first year coaching the varsity team. And their assistant coach, John, he was their varsity coach for 2 years.
And he just kind of wanted to step a little bit away.
That's right, and they have no JV team.
Okay. So Schultz wins the jump ball.
Nice jump.
Back to Macy Bevel. Goes up the court right away to McKinley. Pulls the 3-pointer off the backboard. Scrum forward on the rebound, and Macy Bevel comes away with it for the Snowbirds. Over to Ava Schultz. She'll pull the 3-pointer quickly. Air ball. Rebounded inside by Boggs. And the Snowbirds are going to try to extend that pressure. And stepping out on the line, Dejanay.
That's right.
Last name?
Dejanay Perkins.
Dejanay Perkins. I'm going to remember that one. That's something that I'm going to put in the list of potential names for my future daughter. I like that one.
You could call her Miss Perkins.
I like that. Snowbirds moving around the perimeter. Ava Schultz has it. She eyes down the 3-pointer, puts it on the floor, moving it back around. Macy Bevel is going to drive the lane, hop step into the paint, put up a floater, and she's fouled. I believe that foul is going to go on number 10 for the Warriors. They're calling it on the floor.
Megan Lang.
Actually, they're going to give it in the act of shooting.
Oh, they sure are.
No, but it'll be baseline out of bounds.
Okay.
It was a little bit of, they tried to confuse us there.
I like watching Macy. She's so quick, and she's got so much confidence taking the ball to that hoop.
Right.
It almost doesn't matter what size girl is there. She's going to take it down.
That's right. Snowbirds battling for the offensive rebound. It was off of McKinley, so it'll be Dejanay Perkins to trigger on the baseline out of bounds for the Warriors as the Snowbirds set up that full-court press, that daunted full-court press that the Snowbirds have run for the past couple of seasons.
Yes.
Striking fear into their opponents as Sydney Grzinski is going to pick off that pass and put it up and in for the Snowbirds. Nice play.
Nice layup.
Sid the Kid. Like that one, and got the steal and the bucket off the glass. Perkins is going to beat the press by herself, and she needs some help. Over to Boggs. She's going to pull the 3 air ball.
Oh. Macy
Macy Bevel kind of fumbled that one right off of her knee.
She did. This is only the 3rd game tonight for the Lady Snowbirds. They played in a tournament a week and a half ago.
Nice shot there.
Nice shot, 32. Good job, Valerie.
So that was...
They're so fast.
Yeah, a quick release there by the number 32, Valerie. And Macy Bevel going to pull a 3 here.
Right.
Oh, man, nothing but the bottom of the net there. First 3-pointer is good for the Snowbirds as Bevel gets the first 3-point make. And Dejanay Perkins is going to be forced into a turnover over and back. A trap between Glasby and McKinley forced the turnover for the Warriors, so it'll be Snowbird basketball.
Yeah.
As you talked about earlier, the Snowbirds played a tournament over this past weekend, and the results were a little bit of a mixed bag.
Well, they played Escanaba. You know, those UP teams, they're tough, and they also played New Lothrop. They were with Escanaba. Ooh, almost. Okay. They were neck and neck, single digits with Escanaba toward until the end when they had to start fouling them, so it got a larger differential there, if you will.
Right.
And then they lost to New Lothrop in overtime.
Right, but obviously the quality of teams that they were playing down there is more than likely going to far exceed some of what you might arrange or be able to arrange or schedule with some opponents up here. So can't fault the Snowbirds for wanting to go on the road and play some quality opponents early in the season, kind of like what Michigan State basketball does.
That's right, yes. And in the beginning of the season, who cares? To me, in the beginning of the season, the records don't matter, especially those games were out of conference. That's the time when you really need to work out some kinks and figure out what you got and, you know, what you have to work on.
Exactly, and there's no better time to have that on tape for your coaches to make those adjustments over Christmas break. You get a lot of practices to get better over Christmas break as the Warriors are going to trigger from the baseline out of bounds once again. Nice cut to Boggs, but it's broken up nicely by McKinley. We're on the floor for the first jump ball of the game. Possession arrow to the Snowbirds, and that'll be rewarded as Sidney Grzinski is going to take this one out of bounds. 5 on the floor for the Snowbirds: Grzinski, Bebel, Jeffers, Schultz, and McKinley. Warriors dropping into a little bit of a 2-3 zone as the Snowbirds look to move this one around the perimeter. Heather, when a team goes to a 2-3 zone, you want to get it into that high post, right?
You do. I'm a post player, so I think you always want to
get it into the post.
And these days, with the new, 3-point, that wasn't a thing when I was a kid.
Right.
So there was a lot more activity, a lot more movement. There isn't as much movement anymore to create that space for you to shoot.
Right.
But, Ava's got such confidence that, she could probably take that ball in there every time.
Yeah, Ava took the 15-footer jump shot, had it. She was fouled on the play.
Fouled, right?
That's why it was missed so badly.
Right.
So she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. But as you mentioned, there was a lot more onus placed on getting the ball to the paint, getting it to the basket. Now that 3-point line kind of, I don't want to say steers teams away, but sometimes it gives them a little bit of sense of fool's gold. You fall in love with that 3-point shot when you forget about the talent that you might have on the interior of that offense.
And as a observer, quite frankly, kind of boring.
Yeah, it does. It does take
3-point.
Right, it does take a little bit of the skill form or artistic skill form out of basketball a little bit. But if you get a team that can just sit out there and drain 3-pointers, it definitely is a skill to have. As the Snowbirds going to send it back to Grzinski for the corner 3, no good. Tracked down by McKinley. Back to Bebel. She'll wheel and deal into the paint.
She goes.
And back to Schultz, back to Grzinski. Sid's going to fire a 3, no good. Nice rebound inside by McKinley. Back to Schultz, 3-pointer up and 3-pointer off the back iron. Rebound Warriors as they look to clear. They're going to push this one up the floor. They do have numbers in the transition break here. Good defense by the Snowbirds to get back. 16-foot jump shot is off the heel. Rebound to Macy Bebel. Snowbirds look to push. Bebel pushing. Stops, pops for the 3-point shot off the glass. No good.
Nice rebound, kid.
And tie up here. Possession arrow will favor the forced area Warriors here, as that's the second tie up of the game. Tend to see some more held ball jump balls in girls basketball than we do in boys basketball.
Yes.
Still unsure why. Trying to develop a good hypothesis on why that is.
Because boys and girls are different.
Okay, I like that. That's a good rationale.
Yeah.
I agree.
It is definitely a different animal watching boys play and then watching girls play.
So Warriors are going to push this one around the perimeter, try to get it inside, but it's stolen, taken away.
McKinley Gilling.
That's I believe that is Caroline Gilling who got the steal and was fouled on the play.
And she's a 10th grader.
Yeah, so
I see some potential in her, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely has the athletic skill set of the Gilling family. as the Snowbirds going to go over to Ava Schultz. She'll pump fake, put it down, one dribble. Shot's no good, but a foul is called on Kaylee Jeffers with a push in the back.
I've noticed that the forced area girls, they have pretty good positioning on the defensive rebound. However, they don't seem to stay with it and get it.
And finish it out.
Yeah, and our St. Mary's girls, you know, you've been watching them for years. They're so quick.
It's right.
How Coach Schultz coaches them, he just, I don't know how he does it.
It's
but
like trying to box out a mouse when they can just, you know, go, it's like just scatter around you and go get the ball. As that one's tapped away, but eventually recovered by the Warriors. Swung to the opposite corner. Three-pointers up off the front iron. Rebound, David Schultz. Bevel's going to look to push up the floor. Snowbirds running in a hurry.
And their transition is always so
nice
fast.
steal.
Wow, that was a great steal.
Got down low to dig that one out as Gilling's going to make a good hustle play to break up the fast break attempt for the Warriors. A 6-2 game with 3:39 remaining in the first quarter. It's been a little bit of a track meet. Up and down they go, just unable to see that ball drop through the bucket. Perkins is going to snag that one. She'll curl around to the baseline, ricochets off a couple of faces, and Bevel comes out of there with it. And
here you go.
Cross court to Sid, no good. Gilling doing a good job keeping it alive. Bugs is going to come out of there with it, and she's going to get whistled for a double dribble. So early on, maybe a little early game jitters here. Seeing a lot of shots missed, a lot of turnovers. I would anticipate that both these teams will kind of settle in here as we approach the end of this first quarter.
And their assistant coach told me that this is their first game, the girls.
So for Forest Area, their first game.
Yeah, and it makes total sense with all these players out and a new coach. And, yeah. McKinley's in for Grzinski.
Grab that charger.
Jeffers in, Gilling, Bevel, and Schultz.
Yeah.
All quick, all fast.
So the Snowbirds going to inbound over to McKinley. It goes. Working it around the perimeter, back up top to Bevel. Trying to penetrate this zone defense. Bevel's going to take the 2 or 3-point shot, miss it short. Yeah, you saw that one the whole way, didn't you?
I did. I got a good eye. And Bevel gets her own rebound.
Snowbirds working it around this perimeter now. The zone defense is.
Good job, Kaylee.
That
Nice
was a
job,
nice
Kaylee.
play.
Great.
Gilling got it blocked, but recovered it. Schultz back to Bevel. Now to McKinley. Snowbirds really moving this ball around this zone defense. Jeffers got it. Now she's going to drive the lane. Kick out to McKinley. Air ball. Rebounded. Warriors with the ball. They're going to come out of there with it.
Good job, number 10. Way to
up to
stay
Perkins.
with that, Megan Lang.
And Perkins is almost going to travel. Schultz tracks it down in the corner. Saved. Gilling back to Schultz. Are we calling a basketball game or a volleyball game here? I'm not quite sure. As Bevel or
it's
Jeffers,
basketball, you silly.
Jeffers is putting it on the deck. Kick to McKinley. 3-pointers up, no good. Loose ball tracked down by Schultz again. Saved by Jeffers.
Good
back
hustle.
to Bevel. This is quite the energetic first half, I must say, with the amount of shots and possessions, just raw possessions that we've had in this game. As Bugs is going to be whistled for a hand check foul on the perimeter. I believe that's the 4th team foul.
Boggs.
Yep, excuse me. 4th team foul for the Warriors.
That only comes from a person whose last name is now Cordy, and people say it wrong all the time.
Okay, gotcha.
So people like their name pronounced correctly.
As the Snowbirds are going to push this one around the perimeter again, go over to Jeffers, corner to Schultz. And looking to get into the gaps of that 2-3 zone defense. Schultz is pulling the 3 and going to knock it down.
Good job, Ava.
Corner 3-pointer good for Ava Schultz. Snowbirds extend that lead to 9-2. 1 minute, 37 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It's been an entertaining first quarter as the Warriors are going to bring a high ball screen, turning it and going left, trying to get it inside to Perkins, and I'm smelling a jump ball.
Yep.
Travel. That's an interesting call there. Typically, you're going to see that one be called a jump ball because you have to establish possession to have a travel. The baseline official deemed that Perkins had the possession of the ball, so travel was called.
Right.
So Snowbirds looking to close this first quarter out on a strong note. Bevel's going to go in. Nice dish down to Glasby. And Glasby gets it up and in off the high glass.
Good job, Emma.
11-2
Great pass.
lead for the Snowbirds. Perkins looking to find some help. She eventually does. Snowbirds tracking this
Go,
one
go, go,
down
go.
from
There you
behind. And Bevel's going to tip it. McKinley
Shot,
has it.
Macy. Oh,
To Jeffers. Jeffers going to look up the floor to Grzinski. Grzinski's putting it down on the deck and is fouled by Boggs again. And I believe that will be her second foul, maybe third.
on the ground. It would be nice if we could see this foul score
Right.
clock over here, eh?
We'll work to see if we can get a patron to text us.
Oh, good idea.
If a patron could
You
text
just said
us.
3.
3? Oh, 2. I'm seeing 2.
Okay.
2 personal fouls. Is it Kennedy Boggs? Cheyenne Boggs. Probably the second best player for the Warriors. As this one's going to get thrown back into the midcourt line to Macy Bevel. 50 seconds on the clock, and the clock hasn't started. There was about 6 seconds there where the clock wasn't running.
Right.
So they're going to work to figure this one out. I don't know exactly how much time came off the clock. I'd be good if they just put 45 seconds up there. I really think that's the best guesstimate, if you will.
Well, and our timer today on the clock, he does the clock for football.
That's
so
right.
That's
Mike Swertalski over there, a
Yes.
veteran clock operator, by the way.
veteran snowbird for sure.
Definitely a seasoned snowbird. So they're going to run this down to 45.7 seconds. I'm okay with that.
It's nice to have their family back in the gym because their nephew goes to school here now, and he plays on the middle school team.
Okay.
And he was quite good.
Okay, well, we're looking to see another Swertalski come up through the ranks of the Snowbird Legions as the Snowbirds are pushing this one around the perimeter. McKinley's going to drive through that left side lane line back to Grzinski to Bevel up top as they're moving around the perimeter with relative ease right now.
Yes, I got to say, Forest Area's defense, they're doing pretty good on their defense, really.
The half-court as Bevel's going to split the double with a hop step, put it up, no good, but it's fouled. I would imagine this will be in the act of shooting. Never mind.
Guess not, or is it? No.
No.
Yeah, and that hop step, that's a tough one. That Euro, it's
Right.
It's hard to see it and think, is that traveling or not?
It's definitely a move that's tough to officiate as the Warriors are going to block it, get the rebound, look to push it up floor, but it's stolen from behind, but fouling is McKinley. I believe that'll be the first personal foul on McKinley. 12-2 game, 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Here from the Monsignor Kaminsky Gymnasium.
Take it, Dejanay. Take it all the way.
Oh, nice
There you
little hesitation move on the corner shot. No good. Rebound Grzinski. She's going to look to push up the floor to McKinley, and they're not going to get it as time runs out. The Snowbirds up over the Forest Area Warriors 12-2 after 1 quarter of play. When we come back, second quarter action coming your way on Next Level Broadcasting right after this.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Okay, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Strail here along with Heather Cordy on the St. Mary Girls broadcast tonight. Opening night from the St. Mary Monsignor Kaminsky Gymnasium. Snowbirds with an 11-2 lead after 1 quarter of play. This game got off to a late start tonight. The Forest Area Warrior team bus mistakenly started traveling to the wrong St. Mary school. Heather, a little more details on that.
Yes, I was talking to the assistant coach earlier, and he said they were late because on their schedule, on their book, they pre-write on their book what teams are playing. Well, whoever wrote St. Mary's, and they play also Leelanau,
right?
St. Mary's. So they, whoever didn't look all the way, and yeah, they had to do a little scrambling.
That's right. Just a little road trip, U-turn, if you will, as the Snowbirds get ready to attack that 2-3 zone defense. 5 on the floor for the Snowbirds: McKinley, Jeffers, Grzinski, Glasby, and Schultz. Grzinski's got to shoot that 3. She does and hits it.
Good job.
I mean, she was looking to pass it, and then all of a sudden she was like, this is way too wide open to pass this one up. As Perkins throws it up the floor to the Warriors, and Snowbirds still with that tremendous amount of ball pressure. Perkins up top. She's going to take the 3. She's going to miss it off the right side. Rebound, Davis Schultz. Up the floor it goes to Grzinski. Yep, got to take that one again. No good. Rebound, Kaylee Jeffers.
Yeah, she's a quick one, too.
Exactly. You can't.
Yep.
And Grzinski's going to pull it again and knocks it down. So in the last minute, or first minute of the second quarter, Grzinski's in the books with 2 3-pointers as the Snowbirds extend this lead to 17-2. Almost an over and back violation there.
Oh, I guess not. I guess it's just the ball, not the person.
Right. As that one is no good. Fight for the rebound, and it will maintain forced area basketball. We saw Sydney Grzinski in the last couple of possessions hit from the exact same spot. Sometimes as a shooter, that's where you want to find your shot at.
Yes. This is my favorite spot. I'll shoot from here.
Exactly, and I'll make it from there. As Perkins is
There
going to
you
put
go.
it on
Good
the
job,
floor,
Perkins.
hit the 12-foot jump shot. As Grzinski catches it
She goes
in
again.
rhythm
All
and
right.
gets it to go. 3 for 4 in the first 2 minutes of the second quarter for Sydney Grzinski. Warriors coming back up in a hurry. Stolen but foul.
Well, I'm glad to see that number 10 got it up there.
The foul will be
Megan
called
Lang, at least.
on Megan Lang. But quick hands by Lang to be able to pull that one away. I think she just got a little bit too much wrist.
Yes, and I'm glad to I don't want to say finally because that puts a negative connotation on it, but I'm glad to see them with a little more oomph.
Right.
And a little more fight. Give me that ball instead of, waiting for the ball to get to them.
So far the story of the quarter for the Snowbirds is Sydney Grzinski. She has all 9 of their points, all 3-pointers. She's hit 3 in the first 1 minute, 40 seconds of the quarter. I know that you have an affinity for post play and playing near the basket. But when somebody is on fire from 3, you have to recognize that as a team.
Absolutely.
And just keep giving them the ball, keep giving them that open rhythm jump shot, and see where it takes you.
Agreed. And if they miss, you have to rely on the rest of your team to get the offensive rebound. And I'm sure Coach Schultz tells you this. I noticed this in boys basketball. When you're shooting a 3, the rebound is not going to be typically right under the basket. It's going to be out from the basket 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet. So the best positioning, I think, when there is a 3-point shot is not right under the basket. You got to move out a little bit.
I agree wholeheartedly. And, when you have a teammate that's made 3 of their last 4 3-pointers, as a player, as a teammate, I'm looking to get them another open shot.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
But
I'm also looking to get down there for the rebound.
For sure.
I'm not going to just stand there and watch it.
For sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Snowbirds drop a look here for Sydney Grzinski again. But Ava Schultz is going to take this corner 3, no good. But Grzinski's going to track down the rebound. Schultz taking another 3, no good. Kaylee Jeffers the rebound back to Grzinski. Swung around to Schultz once again. The Warriors switching up that zone defense a little bit. Kind of going to more of a, and there's Grzinski with an open shot. Just missed
Good
it
job.
a little
Nice
left.
rebound, Ava. Nice block there, 32, 22.
Yeah, I believe it's 32.
Valerie. Good job, kid.
Good block for the Warriors as the Snowbirds are going to recover the loose ball. Kaylee Jeffers going all the way.
Ooh,
Nice
another
block.
Wow.
Another really nice block by Valerie Nelson.
Good
but
job, Valerie.
Grzinski is going to recover it. Back to Ava Schultz again. Let's get Grzinski another open look here, Snowbirds. I want to see 4 3-pointers made in one quarter.
Forced area is starting to come alive a little bit with those 2 blocks.
But look at this zone. They're really not extending that up to the top very much. Schultz is going to take the corner 3. No good. Rebound tracked down, but off of her knee, out of bounds. off of Emma McKinley. That's going to be Forest area basketball.
Well, they have a lot of ankle braces out there for the Snowbirds.
I'm counting 10 ankle braces.
Lots and lots. Is that a volleyball thing?
I don't know, but that is the maximum amount of ankle braces that the team can possibly have on the floor at one time.
It's funny.
So they're maxing out the ankle braces. You can't go to MC Sports in Gaylord and find an ankle brace thanks to the St. Mary's Snowbirds girls basketball team. They're a tough commodity to find. As Boggs is going to push this one way down the floor and unable to save it was number 5 for the Warriors, Ryan Norman.
Ryan, very good. I know one of our daughters played volleyball, and she had ankle braces. And there were actually a few times that she did wear them playing basketball.
You know, I'm looking down the bench, and
I see him too.
I think ankle braces might be a wardrobe mandate for the Snowbirds basketball team, because I see everyone on the bench with 2 ankle braces as well. So got to keep those ankles stabilized. As Grzinski's pulling another 3, just short. McKinley's tracking down the loose ball, saved right to Boggs, looking up the floor for a teammate. Gets it to Ryan
number 5
Norman again, but missed it off the backboard. Schultz pushing in transition to McKinley.
Great move,
floating
Emma.
shot,
Nice.
no good. Nice rebound inside by Valerie Nelson. Tough rebound there. I'm not sure if a foul was called or if it was a possession arrow jump ball, but it'll be Forest area basketball.
We're seeing Peyton Glasby in there now too.
That's right. So 5 on the floor for the Snowbirds are Peyton Glasby, Sydney Grzinski, Avis Schultz, McKinley, and Bevel. Valerie Nelson's throwing this one deep to Dejanay, and Snowbirds come back in a hurry. Bevel's going to load up a 3, in and out. Tough luck miss. Chase down in the corner. And offensive foul.
She's getting a little frustrated. Get off of me.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of see that St. Mary trap coming right at you.
Ugh.
And, you know, when you find yourself in a position where you're down 20-4, things really aren't going your way, it can be pretty easy to get frustrated into that trap.
And when you can't find any of your teammates open. No one's open, no one's open.
That makes it very challenging. And Schultz is going to load up, pull the 3-pointer, no good. Nice rebound by the Warriors.
Dejanay.
Yeah, Dejanay Nelson coming away with that. Dejanay Perkins. Over it goes to Ryan Norman. Back to Boggs. Far side.
There you go.
Nice
Get
cut.
in there.
That was a nice basket cut
that was
made
good.
by Valerie.
That was a good pass. I'm glad that they are getting some stuff done. Moving around a little more.
And
Good
Macy
job,
Bevel is
Macy.
going to put up the 10-foot floater, get it to go for 2. Snowbirds up 22-4. Perkins coming back with it. Finds Nelson.
She is just relentless. She's so quick.
Perkins is going to pull the 3-pointer. No good. Tracked down by Macy Bevel in the corner. Throws it back over to Ava Schultz. Snowbirds looking to push now. And here we go. A three-point for Sydney Grzinski, and it's butter. 25-4. Sydney Grzinski with her 4th 3-pointer of the quarter.
She's lucky number 13.
Yeah, well, she needs to keep shooting like that. 4 3-pointers in a quarter. You got to keep feeding the beast, right? As Boggs is going to put up a 3 to match. No good off the backboard. Bevel with the board. Grzinski is running the floor. Wants another one. Nice pass back to Macy Bevel.
Nope.
No good. That just is like a good description in a nutshell of the teammate Sydney Grzinski is. She could have easily taken that shot. As Ava Schultz is putting the runner off the glass.
Good.
Boggs leaks out of the play. Right-handed layup is up and in.
Good job, kid.
Nice leak out for her to break the press and the pressure. McKinley is going to pull the 3-pointer. No good. Weak side rebound.
Ooh, that's a tough one. White ball.
I think they're – I don't know. I still haven't seen a signal yet, Heather.
I read his lips. He said white ball. So we got Emery Blueston and Caroline Gilling.
Got to give you some credit there for being able to read his lips there. And anyone who can't read lips, you need to head on into the Gaylord Eye Center. Get your eyes checked out. They want to keep you at the top of your game. That's the Gaylord Eye Center with 4 locations in Gaylord, Sheboygan, Bel Air, and Boyne City. Dude, that was a pretty good lead-in.
That was great lead-in.
As Ava Schultz is going to pull the 3-pointer and nail it from the corner. Perkins is looking for some help. Gets it to Nelson. this Snowbird pressure is really starting to settle in here as the Warriors try to go baseline, and a foul is called on Macy Bevel. I believe that's either the third or fourth team foul for the Snowbirds so far in this first half.
Do you know what the deal is with the girls tucking their shorts up like that? Is it something? Is it a thing? Or I remember them doing it last year. I just wonder.
You know, I don't really know.
Just wondering.
I'm gonna refer to the text in line on that one. So everybody text in. We'll put the text in number up there on the screen here in the second half, and we'll see what we can come up with for an answer. Schultz is going to take another three,
nice job,
drain it.
That was great. She's got good form. She's got a great follow through.
Exactly. The hard gooseneck of the wrist is what gets that rotation on the ball, and when it literally rips through the net because of that backspin.
And I learned it as the cookie jar when I was a kid. One of our basketball camps, we had lots and lots of them. Mr. Tillison was there, and he said, pretend your mom's got the cookie jar up high and you're trying to get in it. So
Macy Bevel with a nice little show and go Euro step. Couldn't get it to go. Nice rebound from Perkins. Up the floor it goes to Ryan Norman. Good pivoting by Norman in the paint. Offensive rebound back to Perkins. Good opportunity for the Warriors to maybe take the last shot of the quarter. High ball screen between Nelson and Perkins. It goes to the high post to Nelson. Dribble handoff to Norman. Broken up nicely by the Snowbirds. And that's going to stay Warrior basketball with the baseline out of bounds. 39 seconds to go in the second quarter. Snowbirds with a commanding 33-6 lead. Getting a lot of players playing time so far in this game. Heather, it's good to see the Snowbirds' depth on display.
Yes, we just had Alira Cook check in. She's really coming along too.
As Perkins is going to go down the right baseline, put it up and in off the glass. She's got 4 for the Warriors. Emery Blues is going to pull the corner 3. Hell ball tie-up. Possession arrow goes to the St. Mary's Snowbirds. And Macy Bevel was in there fighting for that one with Ryan Norman. So it's going to stay St. Mary basketball.
Pat Schultz has an incredible way of getting the best out of the girls.
He certainly
really does.
As Macy Bevel's going to take a step back, pull the 3, air ball, no good.
Nice rebound.
Rebound went to Nelson, but a push in the back on Glasby. And we'll see the team is going to back off the pressure here as Perkins gets it from Nelson. She's coming up the court with it. Perkins, we got about 6 seconds left in the half. Perkins goes baseline, step back jump shot is good. Nice shot for Perkins. That was straight net.
Great way to end the half for them.
So at the end of 2 quarters of play, St. Mary is up 33-10. We're going to step aside here, be back with a little bit of a halftime report, talk about some basketball, and then third quarter action on the other end of halftime right after this. Hang out, folks. This is Snowbird Basketball on Next Level Broadcasting.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the J&J halftime show. Snowbird basketball here, singers, girls varsity team. St. Mary Snowbirds up 33-10 over the Forest area Fife area Warriors. It's been a three-point barrage for the Snowbirds from beyond the long line, as Sidney Krasinski lead the charge with 4 made three-pointers, all coming in the second quarter. David Schultz chipping away with 4 made three-pointers as well for the lead scorer for the Snowbirds. I am joined by Heather Cordy. Once again, Heather. We have Nick Wenzel operating our stationary camera tonight. He's doing an excellent job as usual. That's right. And Heather, so far it's been kind of predicting this game to be, but the Snowbirds, I think, doing an even better job shooting the basketball than we initially thought. They have 8 made three-pointers. Yeah, 8 made three-pointers in the first half. So that's 24 of their 33 points coming from deep. As a coach, do you have a position where your team made 8 threes in the first half of the game?
Me? No. Because I played, there wasn't a three-point. Like, it was the St. Mary's sixth grade, and they're not typically strong. And I don't let them shoot threes until the last game of the season.
Okay.
Because they're not strong enough and they don't have the right form. And when you're in sixth grade, it's all fundamentals.
And if you don't have the right form, then it's futile to even try and attempt something that you're not going to be doing correctly. So, yeah, I definitely understand the logic and theory there, but, you know, I played basketball, and my career three-point shooting percent was like around 20 to 25%. So it wasn't an efficient shot for me. However, I needed to take that three-point shot just to make the defense honor it, because if they left me open, I could make it. But if they guarded me, I probably wasn't going to make it, which allowed me to drive to the basket, score easy baskets around the rim. However, the offensive game plan for the St. Mary's Snowbirds is to take and make, more of an emphasis on take as many three-pointers as they possibly can. So when you make 8 three-pointers, you also attempt. And I think that they must have had an unofficial score book for whoever knows about the end of the game, but also their attempt must be ranging from 25 to 33 points. However, when you extrapolate that or just kind of look at that relative to the amount of possessions that the Snowbirds get by sometimes taking quick shots, you can see where that math starts to make sense when the Snowbirds don't turn the ball over and actually get a shot instead of a turnover, because the basketball shot, even if it's a bad shot, is better than a turnover sometimes. Or if it's sometimes a quick shot that's open, that's better than a loose ball turnover or easy layup for the other team.
Area has a little more movement going on.
Yeah, you can definitely see that it was a point of emphasis at the halftime locker room to do that, but the ball was stolen by Macy Bevel. She'll push it up in the transition for the Snowbirds. Three-pointer up and away, no good for Sidney Krasinski. Rebound to the Warriors. Don't want to say that was a quick shot, but it didn't look like Krasinski quite had her feet underneath her when she attempted that one and let it go.
Megan Lang, number 10, she's the assistant coach's daughter. Just a little info I got it earlier.
Okay. It's going to go to Nelson. Trying to get that entry pass to Perkins. That's a tough pass from where she was at on the floor.
Yes, definitely. And she had 2 girls on her. But if you're good at threading the needle, I mean, that'd be a beautiful pass.
Yes, it would. Macy Bevel's going to put up the 10-foot
Nice job.
runner. And
offensive foul.
an offensive foul
Yep.
called on Macy Bevel. That's a bang play. Good job. Was that Ryan
charge.
Norman in there who drew the charge for the Warriors?
You mean earlier today?
No, just right there on that play.
Oh, I'm not sure. Sorry, I wasn't looking that close.
I couldn't see it. It was just outside of my view. I'll have to stop into the Gaylord Eye Center and get the eyes checked out so I could see the play next time. Perkins going on the baseline, putting it up, no good. Macy Bevel with the board, pushing it in a hurry. Corner it goes to McKinley. Shots up, no good. Just kind of wedged in between the rim and the backboard.
That was great positioning right there for Valerie for that rebound.
That's right. So the Warriors going to push this one back up.
Did you happen to watch the boys' St. Mary's game last night?
I did watch the St. Mary boys game last night. What a game
Did
that
you
they
see
treated
Hogan
us to.
McKinley
At the end of the third
during
quarter,
that three? Yeah,
I did see
was so
that
happy
play.
for him.
At the end of the third quarter, maybe I can get that one queued up here.
And he banked it too.
Maybe I can get that queued up here when we have a little time.
He was. I had the pleasure of coaching him when he was in 6th grade.
Okay.
Fun kid to coach and very coachable.
Bang,
Nice.
bang.
There it is.
Sydney Grzinski from deep for her 5th three-pointer of the game. She's feeling it tonight as that puts the Snowbirds up 36-10. And the Warriors are going to push this one back down on the floor, trying to dig it out of that corner, and does. Perkins comes away with it. Skip pass, three-pointers up, no good, way too strong. And St. Mary's going to inbound. Ava Schultz getting ready.
Here come the youngins.
That's right. So the Snowbirds are going to
Jeffers and Gilling.
make a little switch here. Jeffers and Gilling replacing McKinley and Glasby.
Although Caroline is in 10th grade. I thought she was a freshman. She's a sophomore. Kaylee's a freshman.
Still underclassmen, though.
Yes,
As
there she goes.
Kaylee
Great
Jeffers
job.
is going to curl through the lane, put it up and in.
And really, the confidence on that girl, too. And last year when she was an 8th grader playing on
Right.
the varsity, it's – well, and, you know, she's the youngest of those 4 Jeffers kids. There's a
lot
tad bit of competition there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of competitive genes there.
Yes, and I think she's probably been playing basketball longer than any of them.
You're right. You know, if you think about it, when you look at the ages and the
Yeah.
separation of ages. You know, Brody is 3 years older than Kaylee. Brody being the only boy in the family.
Right.
So if that's your closest sibling, you know, you're going to be going up in the driveway against Brody.
Yes.
And having to play hard defense.
And then when Kaylee was born, maybe the oldest one was 6 or 7, and
Right.
you know there was a basketball in their hand. I'm sure.
Exactly. So
There she
Kaylee's
goes
going to get
again.
this steal again. She's going to pound it all the way down.
Yeah.
And fouled hard
Good job, kid.
by Ryan Nelson. And Kaylee Jeffers is going to go to the free throw line for an opportunity to put 2 more strikes in the scorer's book for her.
And again, the confidence. I mean, that girl she was going up against had a good 3, 4, 5 inches on her, but she just took it all the way anyway. Some players are intimidated by that, especially the younger players.
You know, I think the key to not being intimidated are ankle braces.
Maybe that's the
And that's why the Snowbirds aren't intimidated, because they bought out the whole Gaylord market of ankle braces.
Yeah, maybe there's some copper in there.
Yeah.
Some sort of metal that helps them.
They
do
bought
better.
the copper fit ankle braces, and you know, being from the Upper Peninsula, copper makes people strong, right?
That's right. That's why we're such good basketball players from the UP.
Or iron.
Iron.
Being from Iron Mountain.
Iron Mountain.
So Perkins is going to bring this one down the floor, looking for a ball screen, and she's going to go into Kaylee Jeffers. A little bit of a chicken wing elbow there, gets
Absolutely.
away with it, and it's
Trying
deflected.
everything she can
Yeah.
to get some space there.
Yeah, I think I don't want to encourage flopping here,
No flopping because it's lying.
but I do think if Jeffers sells that call, it's going to be an offensive foul, just because that arm did get extended.
Yes.
And there was a significant push off there to generate space. But it wasn't called, so it's 38-10 game still, as Perkins is trying to find someone that and just avoids a 5-second call on the baseline. real close to getting a 5-second call, but it's turned over anyway, so the Snowbirds are going to have this one. Got a 38-10 game. I forget what the score was at halftime, Heather.
33-10.
33-10.
And I forget that Forest Area only has 6 players tonight.
That's right. So you got to imagine that when these girls are going home on that bus tonight, they'll be sleeping because they're going to be pretty tired out after playing this swarming defense and pressure that the St. Mary Snowbirds like to play. As Bevel's going to put up an 8-footer, fight for the rebound. Man.
Probably going to call Macy on that foul.
Yeah. Macy had a quick second jump there and definitely went over the back, and she earned that foul.
Yeah, she'll probably come out. She's got a good number, I think. 3 or
I think
I'm
that's
not
her
sure.
third foul. So McKinley is going to replace Macy Bevel here, as we speculated she would. A little bit of confusion right now on the matchups for the Snowbirds. It looks like they're going with a more conventional man-to-man defense. Warriors trying to run a double screen, and we've got a charge called on number 10 for the Warriors. That is Megan Lang. Kind of just lowered her shoulder. Couldn't make good use of those 2 high ball screens, and give credit to McKinley for staying right on her.
Yeah. Yeah, the Forest Area girls, obviously, they're getting frustrated. I completely understand. And our defense is so good that that's almost their only resort they have because their ball handling skills. Nice job.
And Ava Schultz drains the corner 3, I believe.
Good job, Ava.
Her 5th three-point make unofficially. We're going to call it unofficially because it's our tally.
Because you have no tally. You're going off memory.
I'm going off complete memory here, Heather.
Right.
So, the key is to just say unofficial, and then no one gets mad at you.
Right. Well, what I was going to say about Forest Area, they're obviously getting frustrated, and I don't think they not putting them down, just factual. They don't have the ball handling skills to get away from the defender, so sometimes you have to resort to a little push here and there.
There's another Ava. Corner 3 from Ava Schultz.
Great job, kid.
As she gets bookend 3-pointers from each corner on consecutive possessions. And a timeout taken by Forest Area. And with that timeout, we're going to step aside here and thank some more of our sponsors to bring this game to you tonight, wherever you're watching from, in the comfort of your own home or living room, wherever you may be watching from, or Snowbird Nation checking in from. I said earlier that we're going to put the text-in line up on screen so you can text in and tell us where you're watching from, and we're going to do that right now. So please let us know where you're watching from and who your favorite
announcer is. No, just kidding.
Oh, man.
Player. Just a joke.
Tell us who your favorite player is tonight for the St. Mary's Snowbirds and who you think that Player of the Game award should be going to. A lot of, I mean, I don't want to contaminate the jurors pool here, but if I were voting tonight, I think that I would be leaning heavily towards Sydney Grzinski and how she's played, especially after that second quarter, hitting 4 3-pointers.
I understand, but at the same time, remember, Ava just hit 2 back-to-backs.
I know.
That's going to be tough.
And recency bias tends to stay in the minds of the voters. So you see that text in line there, 231-350-9040. That's the Professional Seamless Gutters text in line. So shoot us a text on who you think that player of the game should be tonight for the Snowbirds. As Perkins has it up top for the Warriors. Gets the ball screen. Back over it goes to Norman. Boggs has it and eventually has it taken away.
Bad pass.
I believe that was McKinley on the floor with the steal. Also, if you know, we're going to reopen this questionnaire. If you know why the shorts are rolled up for the Snowbirds, let us know on the current fashion trends right now in girls basketball, and we'll do the best to get down to the bottom of it.
We see number 4 in. She's not a girl that I'm familiar with. Her name is Reese Thompson. Our 2 youngest kids went to high school here, and that girl must have been younger, and I just
Right.
didn't know. I just didn't know her.
So we'll make a concerted effort to take a look at Reese's game and
She's
see
a
how she
junior.
plays offensively. She's a junior on the St. Mary basketball team. And, kind of see how she plays. But right now we're going to step aside here and be right back in 30 seconds after this message from the Gaylord Eye Care Center.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Okay, everybody tuning in, we just want to make note and mention that there was no JV game tonight. You got 2 minutes left. Can you handle it? Okay, well, I got another battery charge, so we're good. Give me like a minute. We will have don't have a JV game tonight because Forest Area didn't have a JV team to travel with tonight.
Right. So I was just wondering if all of these players playing for us tonight on the varsity are the JV players as well. I didn't think to ask Coach Schultz that earlier when I was talking with them.
I would imagine that they brought up the JV team as well because you have that option with that fifth quarter rule.
Yes, you're right.
I'm not sure how the fifth quarter rule applies or is impacted when there isn't a JV game though.
Of course.
Right. Would they be eligible to play the whole varsity game because there obviously wasn't a JV game prior? So that question remains to be asked. If you know it, text us on that Professional Seamless Gutters text-in line on the bottom left of your screen. We called a substitute in. Dave Cordy now operating our camera. Dave, one of the fine members of the Next Level Broadcasting crew here as the Snowbirds swinging around up top. Macy Bevel triggers a three, drops it. Excellent ball movement from the Snowbirds during the out-of-timeout play from head coach Pat Schultz. Boggs puts it on the floor, and she's fouled. We're going to split the foul there between the two Glasby girls.
Yeah.
not sure who was actually called on, but it was called on the Glasby. I'm not sure which one.
Me either. And Peyton, it's nice to see her out here. She's grown.
Yeah.
Obviously, and we need some height out there. I don't know if she's going to get any taller, but.
And the first free throw for Boggs is up and no good. 47-10 the score here. Are we in the third quarter or the fourth quarter?
Third quarter.
Okay. I apologize to everybody watching. I had it as the fourth quarter, but it is still the third quarter. Boggs misses both free throws. We got a lane violation against the Warriors, so it'll be Snowbird basketball baseline out of bounds here after the violation. Now, we will have a running clock in the fourth quarter if the Snowbirds can extend this lead to 40 points.
There you go, girl. Got her own rebound.
Yeah, good way to follow your shot.
Yep,
you don't
that's
see a lot of players do that.
Always follow your shot.
And it goes corner to Grzinski. She's going to turn down the shot. Nice backdoor cut by Macy Bevel. Put it on the floor. Back to Glasby. Up top to Grzinski. Swung nicely to Blues. Head and shoulder fake into the paint. Kick out. Up top to Bevel. She'll drive the lane. Crossover. Scoop shot. No good. Rebound to Perkins. Excellent offensive possession for the Snowbirds. Perkins has a girl down floor that was open, but, oh, man, couldn't find the handle on that one, and it goes out of bounds. That was a hot pass. Tough to handle sometimes when you're expecting the pass a little earlier and then it comes a little late. Give her the benefit of the doubt as Macy Bevel is going to stare down a three, decide not to take it.
And as a player, sometimes when the ball's coming to you, you're already passing it or shooting it before it even gets to you. So
yeah, and that's sometimes hard to take into account. Your mind is going so fast sometimes as a player that you just forget to do the simple things, which is to catch the ball.
When I was talking with Coach Schultz earlier, he was talking about this team missing Bailey Morrell. She contributed 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 steals a game.
Right. I mean, that kind of production doesn't grow on trees.
Exactly. And she what a hard worker. And she's just a fine young lady, such a very calming presence and a really good, quiet leader, if you will. And again, I don't know if I said this, but she worked really hard. Very proud of her.
Bailey went on to play college basketball, correct?
That's right, yes. And she doing something else? No, that was someone else I was talking to.
Okay.
She's enjoying it. That's what her mama said.
And Mama's word is law.
Dang right.
So the first and second free throw are good for Macy Bevel.
Great shot, great ball movement, great spin. Good cookie jar at the end.
That's right. Perkins, cross-court pass to Boggs. Three-point attempt is off the heel, no good. Fight for the rebound, eventually secured by
Good job, Emma.
Emma Glasby. Macy Bevel's going to take this one coast to coast. No good off the high glass. Sydney Grzinski cleaning up
She came out from nowhere.
the rebound and scoops it in. Grzinski having a whale of a game as the Warriors are going to push this around.
Take it out of the way, girl.
Oh, nice shot, but just a little bit short for Nelson as Emery Blues
All the
comes
way,
out of
kiddo.
there with it.
Nice job, Emery.
Crossover.
Oh,
Just couldn't
Yep.
finish the move. Oh, that was a beautiful crossover to get to the layup, to get past Nelson.
I wonder if Dejanay got a little piece of that one.
I think she,
Not quite sure, but
not quite sure, but it was a really nice move. I bet you next time she makes that move, she finishes the layup.
and Emery again, 9th grader, a lot of confidence there.
That's right. So that shot's no good off the glass. Up it goes to
There it
Grzinski's
goes.
got a wide open Glasby. Can she hang on?
Out of bounds.
And whistled. They're saying that her left foot
right.
touched the out of bounds line.
Pass was a little, just a tad too far ahead.
If she's wearing a 7 instead of a 7.5 sneaker,
Yeah, that could be it.
she's probably staying in bounds. And the Snowbirds get it in, but not before the horn sounds. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, St. Mary up 51-10 over the Forest Area Fife Lake Warriors. When we come back, we'll have fourth quarter action for you. And we'll also look ahead to a couple of the upcoming games that we'll be covering on Next Level Broadcasting's family of networks related to the St. Mary's Snowbirds right after. All right, thank you to our sponsors tonight for bringing this game, making it available to everyone wherever you're watching from, wherever you're tuning in from. Thank you for tuning in. You see that Professional Seamless Gutters text in line. Text us where you're watching from. We'll give you a shout out on the broadcast, and also tell us if you're like a St. Mary alumni. And I know some of our fans and people that tune in won some hardware at Gaylord St. Mary, so tell us what you won. I know a lot of trophies in that girls basketball trophy case. So if you're an alumni, tell us when you played, when you graduated, when you won. Stand up, shout your name
There
out
you go,
loud
girls.
as the Warriors are going to push this one down into the paint. And then Ava Schultz is going to come away with the steal and eventually just kind of dribbles it off of her knee.
We got 3 young ones in there. Alira's in there right now, and Jeffers. Yep, Jeffers. So Alira's 9th grade. Jeffers is 9th grade. And Caroline Gilling, 10th grade. Now, obviously, is a good opportunity to get those girls some minutes and some more, some more confidence, some more practice. I do look forward to when I can watch a girls St. Mary's play a team that's a tad more competitive.
Sure.
So we can see that that quickness and the tenacity, and so many of our guards come out.
Sure. And actually, you can do that if you head on over to YouTube and you go to Rambler Wheel Athletics. It's basically the next level broadcasting of McBain basketball. And they streamed the St. Mary's games
Nice shot, Ava.
2 weekends ago when they were playing down in McBain. So if
Oh,
you
they
want
did for that tournament?
Yeah, so if you want to check them out and how they played in that tournament, you can do that on Rambler Athletics or Rambler Sports Network, one of the two. But you can see all those games that McBain plays and covers and streams on their YouTube channel. So
They have a really nice gym, don't they?
they do.
McBain, yes.
And we want to welcome into the broadcast our friend and always happy to come out and hang out at a basketball game,
That's
Nick
right.
Wenzel. Nick, good evening. How are you tonight?
I am good. How about you?
Hey, Nick, we're doing great. So Heather was telling me that so this season so far, you've been to 5 basketball games already,
I have, yes.
and that's more than I've been to. I've only been to 4, so that's pretty good, Nick.
I'm trying to break a record here, Charles.
And that record is what? Your
Trying-
own?
Trying to go on 10, maybe 20.
Okay, so
And
10
not only does he go to St. Mary's games, but he goes to Gaylord High
That's
School
right.
games,
I saw
boys
Nick-
and girls.
I saw Nick at the Gaylord High School games last night. He was there, and he was at the St. Mary game Monday night.
He's a great fan.
Nick is a super fan.
A super fan.
Nick is a super fan. I think I think if you really pushed it, you could probably get 15 games before Christmas.
I think so.
As Emery Blues is going to pull up with the 15-foot baseline shot. No good. Boggs on the fast break. Has it tapped away from the Snowbirds.
By Bevel and those quick hands and quick feet again.
Yeah, the quick hands of Macy Bevel makes it nearly impossible to get a breakaway layup. She just kind of makes her way and taps the ball away as she's going to get the rebound. And she's pushing it up the court, has some numbers, tries to thread the needle with a bounce pass into Emma Glasby. And that pass is really, really hard. That pass is hard for a guard to handle. When you're trying to feed a post player, you kind of want to get that pass up towards waist level.
Absolutely. Not at your feet.
more
shins or your
so
knees.
than not, post players are accustomed to catching that ball at their chest or their waist or shoulder level.
Yeah.
Trying to scoop one off the ground like a ground ball, it's tough.
Yes, and that's definitely something that we teach and coach at the 5th and 6th grade level. Another fundamental passing. You got to pass it if they're moving to where they're going to be or in a spot where they can easily catch it, not above their head, at their knees, at their feet, right?
So here's one that I learned from actually a fellow Iron Mountain alumni.
Oh yeah, who's that?
His name's Tom Izzo.
Oh, of course.
I was going to Michigan State basketball camps as I was growing up as a kid, and when a player got an assist during team camp, it was only counted as an assist by the Michigan State staff if you made an open pass to a shooter and that shooter caught the ball in the shooter's pocket.
Of course. Beautiful.
So
yes.
What the shooter's pocket
It's a good teaching tool.
is it's basically from the thigh up to the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially the strike zone
Yes, I guess.
of
well,
softball or
a
baseball.
little higher, but I understand what you're saying.
Right. And it's basically if you hit that player, your teammate, in the shooter's pocket and they make the shot, you get an assist. But if you throw it at their feet and they catch it and then make it, you don't get that assist. So we're going to have a little complication on the screen as we're getting back.
Good job, Alira.
And we've got it all sorted out here.
Emery's bringing it down. Thompson had a little hard time keeping hold of that. But I don't think it'll be very long before Coach Schultz can work his magic on her, too.
So we're now in the fourth quarter. Scoreboard here says third quarter, but we're just under 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Perkins' shot is no good. Rebound fought for, got it back, was Perkins up off the glass and in. I believe that is the 8th point of the night for Dejanay Perkins. Emery Blust in a hurry up the court. Three-pointer up and no good by Glasby.
And again, she gets a rebound.
Good job of following your own shot.
And again,
Another rebound by Glasby. And then she'll get it in the corner. Oh, take that one. Blust swinging it around the perimeter, driving all the way around right into Nelson. And it looked like Nelson might have got a Charlie horse there, the way she is kind of trying to jog that one off.
Yeah, maybe she got the Emery's knee right into her thigh, huh?
Yeah, that is a sports injury that just doesn't go away.
Yep.
The knee to the thigh just stings for a couple of days.
My daughter Casey had that, and she had to have surgery.
That
to
one
remove that.
obviously
Yeah.
lasted a little longer than a couple of days.
Well, Casey was very aggressive and quick and fast, so she was going, full bore when that girl's knee went into her thigh.
So a deep thigh muscle bruise.
Yes, it was.
Essentially.
Yeah.
As Perkins is going to drive this one baseline, has to kick it out to an open teammate, and eventually trying to drive through a host of Snowbirds was number 10, Megan Lang, and she turns it over.
And
go ahead.
Excuse me, sorry about that. And there's Gilling again. She was around the ball. Again, she was around the ball.
Open
nice
shot
Alira
is knocked down by Alira.
Way to go,
Cook.
kiddo.
Find the open shooter and watch what happens. It's funny how basketball is a simple game like that.
Yeah.
Boggs is going to put up a three-pointer. No good. Offensive rebound inside, but can't get it to go.
Good job, Thompson. Good movement under there when she didn't
Yeah.
know where to throw the ball.
That was Reese Thompson who got the defensive rebound. St. Mary up 57-12. The running clock here is really putting this fourth quarter away quickly. This game tipped off right around 6:30 tonight as we just passed 7:30 Eastern time. Cross-court pass to Perkins. She'll drive the gap and gets it to go. So Perkins still showing signs of life for the Warriors. Cook going to take another three-pointer. No good. Almost tracked down by Reese Thompson. And Heather, as we kind of conclude this game with our final thoughts, what have been some of your main takeaways for this exciting Snowbirds team?
I like how fast they are. I like their tenacity. I like how Schultz can get what he gets out of these girls.
Right.
The goodness, the quickness, the drive. I think that they're going to do better as time goes on, of course, trying to figure out how to deal without Bailey. But I think this game is a hard game to judge that from because the competition is not, as high as we're used to. I shouldn't say that as high as we're used to, but, when you play teams that are not as good as you, you tend to play not as well. When you play teams better than you tend to play pretty good.
So we want to read a couple of the comments on the YouTube chat. Heidi Ewing says, that was fantastic. Jack Cordy tuning in says, Mom, you sound great. And then he says, let's go, Nick Wenzel interview. Nick, what are your final thoughts on tonight's game for the Snowbirds, and what do you think they did well?
Well, I think they shot well. They played hard. They pressured. They came down on the floor with the ball. They were very focused in. They paid attention on their calls. Tried not to foul as much, which is a good thing. And they played a lot of good defense as a team, and they came out here and just played hard. Nick,
I have to agree
Agreed.
with that overall conclusion. That I don't think I could have summarized it any better myself, and because of that, I'm not going to. So for myself, Charles Strail, Nick Wenzel, Dave Cordy, Heather Cordy, thank you everyone who tuned in tonight. We'll be back Friday night as the St. Mary girls will take on the Pelston Hornets in another Ski Valley Conference game. Until then, good night, everyone.
Good night.
And tune in Friday night. This is Next Level Broadcasting signing off, saying,
Go Birds.
Go Snowbirds. See everyone Friday night.